Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Bert the Stormtrooper and this is the home of That's Just Prime, the comprehensive Optimus Prime review series. I also review other Transformers, lots of G1 stuff, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, GoBots, and pretty much any other toy that may jump out at me. I also do the occasional arcade and pinball machine videos, unboxings, blogs, challenges, and miscellaneous videos where my daughter usually makes fun of me. Those are a lot of fun. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking me out. Please be sure to click that subscribe button and don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share if you like what you see. Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Neflix Bumblebee, and I'm really excited about this figure. I've been waiting for this one quite a long time. So, released in December of 2020, this guy's starting to hit stores right now as of the time of this recording. I found mine at my local Walmart just this morning, and he retails for approximately $20. So you can see here Bumblebee in the white Neflix box. It's a window packaging. You can see him right there in robot mode displayed in the front of the box. He's got some accessories that are added in there as well. We're going to be taking a look at those once we get it opened up. On the side of the box, we got some artwork showing us Bumblebee. On the other side, we've got some artwork, and it's a little bit of a different artwork from what we've seen. It's very similar to that Earthrise or that upcoming Kingdom artwork, but it's done in black and white. There's not really a whole lot of color to that. And then on the back of the packaging, we've got those product shots of Bumblebee both in vehicle and in robot mode. So without further ado, let's get this guy out of the package and check it out. And here we have Bumblebee out of the package, and I love this toy. So out of the package, Bumblebee comes with his weapon, which is actually combined of 5 parts. This is the exact same weapon that we got earlier in the year with Cliff Jumper. So it's just 5 pieces that combine into one big bazooka, or we can break them apart to different weapons. We'll look at those a little more in a little bit. He also comes with his sheet of instructions, which again, very nicely detailed, very nicely illustrated set of instructions. Got transformation on one side, and then you got a really cool attack mode on the other, and then all your different options for your weapon. So there's the instruction sheet, and then of course we also got, this is kind of new, at least new to me, I wasn't aware of this, a piece, this is like a card stock, and this is a piece to a background to make the inside of the Ark, or what will become their base, I'm hoping, or more than likely in the upcoming cartoon. So it looks like all of the new wave of Earthrise figures are going to come with some sort of a background here that you can interconnect and make a kind of a display piece. So that's pretty cool. So I'm not intending on picking up all of the Earthrise figures, so I won't be having a full set of these, unfortunately, but I'm sure that there'll be files online somewhere that we can print out. And of course, here is Bumblebee in his vehicle mode, VW Bug, which I absolutely love because, of course, I've talked about this plenty of times here before. My very first car was a yellow Volkswagen Super Beetle. So, yeah, every time I see a yellow Bug, I absolutely love that toy. So, yeah, here in vehicle mode, Bumblebee is approximately, we'll set that off to the side for the moment. Here in vehicle mode, Bumblebee is approximately 4 inches long, about 1.5 inches tall. So, again, he's on the deluxe scale, but a little small for a deluxe. Rolls quite nicely, and just coming in close for details, yeah, that is a very nice looking Volkswagen Super Beetle. Check that out. You got the nice rounded front end. For those of us that are bug nuts, we know what the difference is between a Beetle and a Super Beetle. I'm not going to go into technicalities now. Just trust me that based on this mold, this is based off of a Super Beetle. I love what they did with the wheels. So, and you know, we're getting these clip wheels here in the last few years. They're kind of cheaper than the old pin wheels we used to get, and usually we tend to have like a hollow spot in the middle of the wheel. They didn't do that with Bumblebee, and I really do appreciate that they actually made an attempt to recreate that Volkswagen hubcap. And it's not exact, but it's a lot better than a lot of the other figures we've been getting with hollow, like for example, see that hollow wheel well there, or that hollow rim. It just doesn't look good. So I do appreciate the fact that they tried to make that that Volkswagen hubcap, which is really, really nice. Nice gold yellow paint. You got the Autobot logo right there on the hood. Translucent blue wheels, silver headlights, black bumper. Going all the way around to the back, we got that black bumper and the red taillights back there. So if I want to get a little more nerdy about Volkswagens, you got a Super Beetle with a flat window and 4 sets of louvers on the back deck lid. That would indicate that this is a 72 model. So yeah, I'm kind of nerdy that way about Volkswagens. On mine, I got a little bit of separation back here with this back panel. For whatever reason, I've been fiddling with him all day, and yeah, he's just not going in all the way. So that's kind of unfortunate that I got that gap there. But other than that, he looks really, really cool. I really dig this a lot. Again, Volkswagens is my thing. I really, really love Volkswagens. Now, let's bring the weapon in. So there's two things that we can do here in vehicle mode. The first one I'm going to show you the transformation for, because I might be wrong, but I don't remember this for Cliff Jumper. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this back piece here, which is his shield, backpack, etc., whatever you want to call it. Reach in there and pull that handle out, and we're going to have that facing forward. Set that off to the side for now. Take his arms, and we're going to swing these all the way up, and then bend them at the elbow again. And then we're going to take the hatch here and put it right back on again on his fists, just the way he was holding it in vehicle mode the first time. So we're going to do that. And then on that peg, if you look at the back of the bazooka here, there's a hole right there. So we're actually going to take the bazooka and slide it right into that peg. And there we go. Now we have a Volkswagen with a bazooka sticking out of his roof for an attack mode, which I think is silly in all the best ways. That's just really, really fun to me. And then, of course, you can also do that ski mode just like we could with Cliff Jumper. We've seen this one before. I didn't want to go through the whole transformation, but there you go. You can put the kind of that skid on the bottom there, the two skis on the front wheels, and then the two jets around the sides of the back wheels to make that ski mode. I don't remember if Bumblebee... I remember Cliff Jumper specifically doing that in that one episode, the City of Steel episode. Off the top of my head, I don't remember if Bumblebee did it too, so I don't know if this is right or not. But there it is. There's Bumblebee with his ski mode. And now for a few comparisons. Here is Earthrise Neflix Bumblebee with Cliff Jumper, his mold mate. So, of course, we know that Bumblebee is a heavy retool of Cliff Jumper here, and I'm sure somebody's going to argue with me as to what a retool or a remold means. But basically, it's the same figure, the same skeleton, and brand new parts that have been tooled, hence retool, to make a new figure out of the old skeleton. So there you go. There's Bumblebee with Cliff Jumper, his mold mate. Here he is with the MP21, I think it was, Masterpiece Bumblebee. So this is the first Bumblebee, Masterpiece Bumblebee, not the second one. So you can see what these guys look like together. And then finally, here he is with G1 Bumblebee. Transformation for Bumblebee, of course, if you're familiar with Cliff Jumper, then you're familiar with this figure's transformation. It's going to be the exact same. Simple, but fun and intricate enough to keep it interesting. So we're going to start with the back of the vehicle here, and we're just going to pop this off, just like we saw earlier when we did that attack mode. On mine, the fists are super tight, so there we go. We're going to take that, reach down in there, pull that handle out, and then just set that aside for the moment. And then we're going to start with the vehicle, take the front wheels and spin them down. And then I like to take the doors and just kind of pop the doors off and separate the whole front of the car from the top of the car, if it lets me. Of course, now that we're in camera, things are going to stick, right? So there we go. All right, so that's going to allow me to bring the legs forward, like so. And then bring the doors. We're going to fold the doors, and there's a tab on the back of the door that we're going to put into one of these slots in the wheels. That's going to form the feet. And then we're just going to take them and take the panels here, the rear quarter panels, and just open these up like so. And that's going to allow you to bring the entire waist forward like so and turn it around. Grab the hood, or rather the roof of the car, flip this down, take the what's left of the hood of the car, flip it down, that reveals the head, bring these panels all the way up, and bring the roof back up again. And then these are going to clip here, and here are going to clip to the shoulders there and there, just like that. Bring the arms down and straighten them. And now we pretty much got Bumblebee here in robot mode. The only thing that's left is this roof piece that we left off earlier. If you want to give it to him as a shield, you can do that. He can hold that using that handle this way or this way, whichever you prefer. Or what I prefer to do with it is his proper storage, just to kind of finish the figure off, is to just take that hole in the back there and plug that handle there, if I can keep it straight. And there is Bumblebee in robot mode. And here in robot mode, he stands approximately 4 inches tall. So again, he is a deluxe figure, but he is small on the deluxe scale. Bringing him in close so that we can see all of the detail. His head is right on. And I think, just for effect, let's take the backpack off just for a moment. I bumped into the camera. just so that we can get a good look at the face without that yellow behind him, just kind of watching it out. Fantastic mold on that face. I absolutely love the way this Bumblebee figure looks. It just looks like it stepped out of the cartoon. Again, with these Earthrise figures, they've just been knocking them out of the park over and over and over again. Going all the way around, yeah, he just looks fantastic. He looks like he stepped out of the G1 cartoon. Going all the way around, he does have a little bit of a backpack, which, you know, you can be on the fence about, because realistically, it's not screen accurate for him to have that backpack. But at the same time, it's kind of, I don't know, it kind of works for him to have that, because he's a bug. He's supposed to be kind of roundish. That works for me. It seems appropriate for him to have that backpack there, so I really don't mind it at all. Yeah, he is a very clean looking figure. Absolutely love the way this guy looks. So bringing in his weapon. So we've got the bazooka. So of course he can just hold that like that. And there you go. You can also break it down. He's got this tab on the bottom here, and this tab will tab into the top of his shoulder. If you want to just, they show this in the instruction, but they only show it with like half of the weapon. Like let's do it the way the instructions show. Like the instruction shows half of the weapon like this, actually just pegged in at the top right there on the shoulder. So he's got like the shoulder mounted cannon thing. And let's turn it around. I think he had it like this. Didn't he? No, I guess I was right the first time. Which one was it? Let me see. I think they were using this one in the instruction. Because see how this one has a peg? This one has holes on both ends. So I believe in the instructions they used this one, and then they pegged this to the top of his shoulder there. It's not the most secure, but if you play around with it and you don't move his shoulder around like I'm doing, that does peg up there. So he has like a shoulder mounted cannon. There's a thing you can do, I suppose. Then you can break all of these down. And the skids here can work as magazine clips. So you can give him guns on each hand like that and like that. So he's got 2 guns. And then they show you tabbing this, again, using that little tab on the bottom there to the side of the shoulder on the second picture. You can tab that there, so you got kind of like that, I don't know, shoulder-mounted gun on the side there kind of a thing. I don't know. They get crazy, but it's kind of cool because it's fun. It just kind of leaves it up to your imagination to give them all these crazy weapons. So if you want to use those, that's cool. Personally, what I like to do is I like to take these guys and set them all off to the side. And I will resort once again to my friend Mike from FIRETOX and all of these 3D printed weapons that he sent me, all these 3D printed accessories and weapons that he sent me. So here's a small handheld gun that I think looks fantastic in Bumblebee's hand. Check that out. I absolutely love that. So, and again, these are 3D printed weapons. These files are free to download. If you have access to a 3D printer, you can print your own. I'll leave a link to this file down in the description below. Or if you don't have a 3D printer, you can always reach out to Mike. I'll leave his website down there also, and he'll be happy to print them out for you and send them out your way. So, yeah, very cool. I like that for Bumblebee. So that is the weapon that he will forever have on my shelf. Very cool. Now for another couple of comparisons, here he is with, once again, his mold mate, Cliff Jumper, and he looks fantastic. These guys look great together, and it's kind of one of those teams that you always, if you have one, you got to have the other. So yeah, these guys look great together. Here he is next to, just so that we can compare him next to another deluxe class figure, and this is a large deluxe. Here he is with Trailbreaker. So there we go. You know, you've got, this is the larger size on the deluxe scale, and this is the smaller size on the deluxe scale. These both sell as deluxes. He's half the size of that. So I don't know. I said this before with Cliff Jumper. I'll say it again. I think this whole bazooka thing is where they're kind of getting their cost from. So I think it would have been more appropriate to eliminate those weapons and then just sell these guys together as a 2-pack in the deluxe price range. I think we would have gotten a better value that way. They didn't do it that way, but there you go. One more time, here he is with MP21 Bumblebee, so you can see what these guys look like together. And then finally, why not? Let's go ahead and put him next to G1 Bumblebee. And just because he's here on my shelf, let's put him next to Kingdom Core Optimus Prime, just because he's here. So here we have 3 small figures together, so you can see what these guys look like together. So Yeah, I was really surprised, pleasantly surprised, and happy to find this guy on the shelf of my store this morning. I was very happy to find this guy. I've really been looking forward to him. They didn't have any of the larger ones. They didn't have Optimus Prime or Soundwave. I really want to go after that Soundwave, but I was very excited. They have the entire wave of the new Neflix figures. So they had the new Red Alert and Impactor and Wheeljack, and they had Elita 1. I wasn't really interested in any of those. I just grabbed the Bumblebee. He's the one that I was going after. So there he is. And I think that about covers the Transformers Earthrise Neflix Bumblebee. What did you think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload a new video. I've got that donate button up there. If you want to hit on that, I certainly would appreciate it. Please share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.